Okay, this video today is going to be about snowmobile speedometer cable replacement. Many older snowmobiles, their speedometers can, sometimes the cable's just snapping on your speedometer and will not be able to work. So today this video is going to be about how to replace that. The cheap and easy method way. Okay, so in my snowmobile, the speedometer output comes right here from the jack shaft and loops around up into the front, up under the hood into the speedometer right here. The cable sometimes, many times the brakes can be right here, or it could even be your drive coupler cable that breaks. So often check that if it's not working. Okay, here I am again. This is my snowmobile cable. This is the actual speedometer cable. This is the sleeve, and then here's the cable right here itself. Now I went ahead and pulled this cable out from the sleeve here, and as you can see, this is the end drive couple. It's got a square 1/8" drive, and it fits into either your receiver, the speedometer, or the angled drive. And this just snapped off and broke here. Okay, so what I have locked in my vise here is the end of the cable. This is where it actually broke off. This piece was stuck in here, and because it broke, the cable is made out of well, I guess spun wire, kind of like a spring design, and it actually, when it broke, because it kept spinning and I kept running the sled with it broken, it actually came apart. So what I'm going to use is this hook or pick. I'm going to actually pick this out because it's actually made a nest inside, kind of a nasty stuck mess. Okay, so I got this pulled out here, and it actually looks like it broke in two different spots. Broke off from the square hex drive here, and it actually broke off a little bit farther up as the cable. So inside there could actually still be pieces of little cable remnants. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use a wire and fish out other pieces that still might be stuck up there. Okay, so after I have this mess out of the cable, I'm going to actually use compressed air to blow out through the opposite end, which is this end right here, any parts that might still be contained. Okay, so as you probably saw before, and I was using the pick to pick it out, this is actually what came out. A big piece, all knotted up, started to come unraveled, piece that was actually stuck in there. So what I went ahead and did was I cleaned out, picked out all the other pieces, and actually took compressed air and blew in through the opposite end to blow out any metal chunks that might be still stuck or left inside the cable sleeve. Okay, after I've cleaned out the cable, then I'm about ready to measure for the new cable. And this is what I'm going to be using is a speedometer repair kit. This could be bought at probably a lot of auto parts stores, but I went ahead and picked this up at my local Fleet Farm. And comes with 113 inches of cable, the universal size, but it also comes ahead with the 1/8" square drive and that tool to crimp it over the end. Okay, so I've cleaned out the old cable, lubricated it, and measured my new cable, and I've actually cut my new cable to length. And I've tested on the sled to make sure it's good. Now the end here, I actually took in the bench grinder and cleaned it up a little bit so it fits on this end cap a little better. So it's gonna fit and it's not gonna fray again. Cleaned it up. As you can see, the directions, they're, well, not very good. So what I'm gonna do is, it doesn't say anything about it, but I'm gonna actually use some Loctite. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit on the cap here. And that's just going to be in case it did come out. Just keep it locked a little bit better, because all it is being crushed on there and clamped. Okay, so here we have the clamp tool right here. This is what they provide for clamping this end on. So it slides on like this, and they say you to use a hammer and crimp the tool or the end on, but I ended up using my vise and punches. Directions aren't very specific. Here it's in different direction or languages. Okay, so here I am. How to do it. Got my cable all finished, both ends, and I actually added some lubricant to inside the cable to help flush it out. Used the light oil. So here at the gearbox, that's where it comes off the jack shaft and the end of the cable, and that's where it actually broke before. So make sure you clean that out and you lubricate those jack shafts. This is a Yamaha sled right here, so there's 3 bolts. You can actually pull that off and make sure there's lubricant there, because there is a short little stubby coiled, kind of like the speedometer cable there, but it's double-ended. Okay, so here we go. There's the jack shaft drive for the speedometer cable, and loops around and goes up around my hood up to my speedometer right here. I really didn't do much of a complete how to take your cable out of your sled and stuff like that, because I'm trying to make this as a generic video almost, kind of. This is a 1992 Yamaha Venture GT sled, which it's pretty common for some of these older Yamahas, and pretty much probably any sled that has a speedometer to do that. Probably some quick tips for this would be probably the lubricate the square hex heads on the ends of the shafts, but also probably just to keep it, like when you're rerunning your cable back through, probably put some tape or something over the ends to make sure that you don't get dirt in your freshly cleaned speedometer cable, which could eventually eat away into your cable like it did previously on my sled. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps with your replacement on your speedometer. One last tip is these universal cables that I use, they probably could be used for your tachometer cables, probably anything else. I mean, they're pretty universal and generic cables. So thanks for watching, and hope this helps.